Nope.
What's a bad miracle? They got word for that.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, well, after making a colossal impact with his first two films, Get Out and Us, Jordan Peele returns in the hopes to scare audiences senseless and go 3 for 3 with Nope. Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer play siblings OJ and M. Haywood. They own and run a horse ranch on the outskirts of California, leasing the horses to local filming or entertainment gigs. However, when strange occurrences happen across the town and the ranch, all signs point towards potential extraterrestrial contact. As I mentioned earlier, Jordan Peele has become one of the most prominent names in the filmmaking world, with only 2 directorial features to his name. Get Out was a breath of fresh air to the psychological horror genre, and I would actually suggest that his second feature, Us, in 2019, was even better. So I'm happy to report that Peele remains that breath of fresh air that the horror genre so desperately needs with Nope. And I was also really lucky enough to attend the UK premiere of Nope with my girlfriend, and overall it was just such a fantastic experience. Back to the film though, Nope is far removed from the similar tone that goes throughout Get Out and Us. Peele, to his credit, is making some bold strokes, making some fresh choices within his filmography. And as much as this is a work of horror, it's also a work of science fiction as well as having some undertones of a western. And still, Peele manages to navigate his way through it all like the maestro he is. There are a number of sequences in this film that are incredibly chilling. And then there are others where it's like a white-knuckle roller coaster ride. But much of the horror aspect of the film, a lot of that is to do with the impeccable sound design. Because a lot of the horror isn't actually seen, or at the very least is often obscured, but with ear-piercing sounds that I promise you will haunt your ear canals. The horror lies in those moments that you don't see. Everything is kind of implied, so then it allows your imagination to fill the gaps, and that is perhaps the most frightening thing of all. I also really dig the design of the alien spacecraft too. I won't go into too much detail into it because it evolves as the film progresses, but it is certainly one of the most original concepts I've seen in terms of alien encounters, at least since Denis Villeneuve's arrival. Both Kaluuya and Palmer's characters share a great dynamic, with both actors able to get the best out of each other, and Brandon Perea has a really strong presence, and I wouldn't be surprised if he winds up making a real name for himself after this. In terms of what didn't quite work, where Peele's story is operating on a fresh, creative and original level, I don't think that the screenplay itself, especially the dialogue, was quite there. There are a lot of instances where the characters are explaining the obvious and the dialogue can be a little on the nose at times. And if I'm honest, I wasn't too fond of the film's ending. I thought it was too clean, too Hollywood-like. A lot of the character arcs that were set up at the beginning of the film felt like that they were abandoned in place for spectacle. But that spectacle brings me on to perhaps the film's greatest strengths. It is one. It is a spectacle. In the same way that Spielberg had Jaws, which coined the term blockbuster, I feel like Peele is emanating with the same sentiment. However, he's taking it one step further and actually choosing to comment on the notion of spectacle and why we, as audiences and consumers, are obsessed with it and place it on this pedestal, particularly things like tragedies. There is a horrifying sequence that is interspersed throughout the film, and it's talking on a larger scale about how we tend to trivialize tragedies, but then how we also can't look away from it. I mean, case in point, we only need to look recently at the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. Now, I am not going to sit here and tell you whose side I'm on, because at the root of this, I know it was a defamation trial, but at the root of this, it surrounds domestic abuse. And yet, we made a spectacle of this trial. We heard horrific stories. Now, whether they were true or whether they were fabricated, no one will actually know, besides these two people involved. However, when we are choosing to flood our TikTok pages with memes about megapints and dogs being stung with bees, we are trivializing this tragedy that happens to millions of people. We watched this trial take place. We made it the must-see trial on the internet and on TV. And we consumed. And we became obsessed with it. And that is the very notion that Peele is wanting to challenge. Why? Why do we do this? It's questioning something that we, I feel like as a society, aren't even aware sometimes that we do it. So does Nope stand at the same level of Get Out and Us? Well, I do think that Peele's two previous films are better, both in terms of impact and execution, but even when he isn't operating at 100%, Jordan Peele is still better than many filmmakers working today. His originality and enthusiasm for telling ambitious stories are what has made him such a compelling storyteller, and his direction continues to be remarkable. The cast all do a great job, but it's the technical accomplishments that steal the show. Now, it's far from a perfect film, but it is an undeniably fascinating watch. So, I'm going to give Nope an 8 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on Nope. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I want to know, of the 3 he's directed so far, what is your favourite Jordan Peele film? I've still got to lean towards Us. I remember being absolutely floored when I saw that for the first time, and with every single rewatch, I am picking up something new that makes me see the film in an entirely different light. I think that especially makes Us such a wonderful film. But that is all we have time for today, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.